Hello, guys, and welcome to Fox to Fox Report. This is a post-match review of Leicester City versus Newcastle. Now, an incredible victory, 4-0, a result that no one expected. A bright light shines over the King Power Stadium. We are back as far as confidence goes. We can pick up from here, and just based on the performance, we played over in Naples against Napoli to now a completely different team. A much more structured defensive line where we had Ndidi had to come in for Johnny Evans, who suffered a hamstring injury within those first couple of minutes. So him coming to fill Johnny Evans' role, he came out and filled it perfectly. It's like he's been playing this role the entire time. He worked alongside Soyuncu, alongside Castagna, and were able to stop the counterattacks, especially with Callum Wilson, making them feel uncomfortable as possible. Really, Callum Wilson didn't really do as much in this match. And that you have to give credit to Ndidi and Soyuncu. I think Soyuncu, once Ndidi came to fulfill Johnny Evans' position, Soyuncu was mostly the one who had to structure everything as far as tell what Luke Thomas, tell Ndidi and Castagna, where to be, what to do. And it worked out pretty well. Now, of course, Wilfred Ndidi, when he came on, the first couple of minutes, he was trying to adapt to that role. But after that, it worked out perfectly. Now, as far as our attacking goes, on the left side especially, we have Luke Thomas, we have Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, we have Harvey Barnes, who have that connection, what we're seeing. We're definitely seeing a great passing connection on that left side, especially when Madison comes to help out. And you pretty much have that 1-2-1-2 across, or you have Madison in the center, Luke Thomas or Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, who are on the left side, will pass to Madison. Madison just comes more in the midfield and towards the center and just either takes a shot or passes it towards the right where we have our right winger. It could be either Lookman or anything, but he wasn't in this match. But either way, yes, a connection between our left back, our left winger, and our center mid. That is becoming what's to be a promising attack, and hopefully it gets better after every single match. But also with Patson Daka, you could see, he's a player who's young, has pace, has the agility, and knows how to press up, knows how to pass the ball when needed to pass, especially that vision that he had when he saw Tielemans running towards the center, up inside the box when he was on the left side, and that's what pretty much led to the third goal. The third goal. And yeah, we got to have a player, a number 9, who can do that, who can hold the ball for players, who can make runs, can press up, and most importantly, have that pace to break out. Besides that, most importantly, we have to look at the defensive line where it comes to defending set pieces, and we pretty much made an improvement there. We had a hefty amount of set pieces to defend, but most of them were headed out by us. And it's just all about now positioning once that rebound comes about. If it goes to opposition, we have to pretty much be alert and make sure no pass comes inside the box or no shot gets taken. But from what happened in the circumstances between Johnny Evans' injury and Ndidi coming back, we did perfect. We didn't allow easy balls to come in. And frankly, we weren't really out of position. We weren't really tracking back, especially compared to the match against Napoli, where Ryan Bertrand was playing the left back and pressed up and pretty much left that area, his own spot, the left back, wide open most of the time. But Luke Thomas, that didn't happen. And clearly you can see Luke Thomas knows how to work that role. And without a doubt, he should be starting, until James Justin comes back. And frankly, there will be probably a debate whether who should be starting that left back, because Luke Thomas is getting better and better by the minute. Now, as far as Kieran Dewsbury-Hall goes, he's getting more game time, second star in the Premier League, and he's just being more and more familiar with the squad. And in the first half, he was just everywhere, reaching the ball, chasing it, defending, pressing up. I think he had most of the ball, the player with the most touches on the ball in that first half. So we want to have a player who has that energy and drive to either defend when needed, but also come back and be in the right place at the right time. So definitely, without a doubt, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall is a player who should be starting because he's clearly showing us the reasons why. Now, Samori came in for Johnny Evans, and then that's when they switched roles between him and Ndidi. And yes, Samori did have a small stink where he was not really performing to his very best. We also need to remember that it is his first season in the Premier League, and the matches that we play within that short amount of time, he has to adapt. The intensity is high, and on that consistent basis, it probably caught up to him. And just him coming back now, you can tell that he came on, but also did feel quite uncertain because he didn't want to underperform. And it's acceptable to understand why he feels that way. But definitely, as the match went on, he began to feel a bit more comfortable. Going back to just playing the way he likes to play and the way that we know he knows how to play. So Samori is a player who definitely we will need and just needs a little bit more time to pretty much get the experience of English football, because English football is the highest level of any football competition in the world. And you have to have that just experience of playing at that intensity at a more consistent basis. So definitely, without a doubt, Samori will get better after every single match, and coming the seasons to come, he will just improve. Almost like Ndidi. Ndidi pretty much started the same way, had a couple of good matches, then a couple of matches where he wasn't really playing well, and that's all about just getting familiar with the Premier League and slowly, building off that and improving. So yeah, without a doubt, Samori is a player who will be highly needed in the future, and just now, give him more game time. But most importantly, at the right circumstances. Of course, not when we are really failing around the midfield area and we're losing like more than 2 goals. Hopefully not. But yes, as the circumstances went on in this match, we needed him, and he pretty much played his role perfectly. Now with Tielemans, we saw against Napoli where he was really just out of it. He wasn't much sort of in the game intensity. He wasn't really, he's come back from an injury. So it looked like he was like, it's like he's just came on to the pitch after literally not touching a ball for over 2 months. Like it looked that bad. But coming into the match against Newcastle, my opinion was to have him on the bench and come on second half. But clearly, seeing him in the first half, he was much more awake, much more aware, and just pressing up on the ball, moving quickly. So definitely within those 2 to 3 days between the match of Napoli and Newcastle, he definitely changed and just overperformed drastically. But besides that, also Maddison as well, even though he was fouled most of the time in this match, really was trying to basically show us what he has, and that's what we saw with that fourth goal. A 1-2 pass by Patson Daka, and just a beautiful finish, left foot, bottom left corner. So yeah, there's nothing much more you can ask from Maddison other than just keep supporting him, because he's a player who doesn't matter what the circumstance may be, whether he's having a bad game, whether he's having lack of support, he will find his way, find his motivation, and find that confidence to perform to his very best. But overall, a very, very, very well played game. Yes, Newcastle were good defensively. Other than the mistakes they made. But as far as not being able to really dominate and create plays, play after play, we just fed off the mistakes by Newcastle with a penalty, with just them playing on the back and losing the ball. So it's pretty much at the end of the day, it's, whoever makes the goals wins. And that's what happened. Of course, we need to improve on the attacking and just know how to play at a quicker pace. But we go game by game, and each and every single game is different. So you have to, put that into account as well. But overall, like I said, at the end of the day, we needed a win, and that's what we got. Definitely with Maddison, with Lookman, with Daka, Harvey Barnes, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, those players will gain from this match, will gain all that confidence, and just, realize that we have so much time in the season to turn things around. And we just have to just keep our heads straight, not panic, not look at the table. It doesn't matter how many points we are off from 5th place or fourth place or just the top 5 in general. We just have to take game by game and play, basically as it is. Just like last season, where at this time of the year, of last season, we were just taking game by game. We weren't really looking at how many matches we had ahead of us, who are we playing next. We just have to take it as it is and just correct those mistakes after every single match. With this match, pretty much the mistakes would be just not to give any risky passes. And that was the one we saw with Castagna, who gave a pass to Kasper Schmeichel. And then next thing you know, we almost thought he was going to score an own goal. So it's stuff like that. That definitely cannot happen. And we just have to be just a little bit more aware. Definitely the awareness improved, but just be a bit more aware of who we pass to, how, if they're being surrounded or if they're free, they're open. You just got to know exactly who to pass and what you're doing, because each and every single pass that you make could make a drastic change that could either be beneficial or could hurt us. So just those little things that we have to do. But overall, we turn the page for Newcastle. We're done. And we move on to Tottenham, which will be on Thursday, midweek. So a team like Tottenham, who has not played over probably 2 games now. They canceled the one against Brighton. And I think the one against, I'm not sure who they play. I don't think they, just one second, let me just look that up. So they were supposed to play, well, actually, it's not even telling me who I just know it was Brighton. They were supposed to play. Yeah, no, not sure who, but I just know they're 2 games down. And with that being said, they're coming into the match, hopefully, if it still goes on against Leicester, they'll be coming with not really much game time. Some may be training, some not. But either way, we have to go in with 3 points. We're playing at the King Power Stadium. We have to just look back at this game as far as take the positives out and also take the negatives out and just improve on the negative and just keep on doing the positives. But the match against Tottenham will be a completely different side. Definitely nothing compared to Newcastle. Tottenham are sitting in front of us, so we have to also take that into account. And also they're 2 games down. So if we can have them drop points and us gain points, that will just be very, very beneficial. And with that being said, as far as Brendan Rodgers goes, with people really jumping the boat after the match against Napoli, where we all said, even I said, he needs to go. It's, this is over. Let the match against Newcastle be his final match. But based on performance and based on the amount of goals we scored, we definitely are at ease now and just can take a short, calm break and just relook at what we have now. Our points, we're 21, we're in 8th place, and we just have to take things at ease. That's most importantly. If we don't take things at ease, then we're just going to just sink further, and then we're just going to perform very, very sloppy. But anyways, that is my post-match review of Leicester City versus Newcastle. Let me know your thoughts on the match. What was your favorite goal? And yeah, most importantly, I'll leave a comment. All right, see you next time.